Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's edition of Intuitive Angling, and really appreciate you guys coming by the channel to check this morning's video out. And guys, today I want to talk about the NPFL and how apparently they are getting better numbers on their live coverage than Bassmaster right now. They had a very successful tournament, just wrapped it up at Lake Eufaula, Oklahoma. I want to talk a little bit about that and get your guys' opinion on this whole situation as well. I'm also, guys, just wanted to extend a big thank you out there to everybody that has been continuing to support Intuitive Angling here, keeping it on YouTube. Thank you very much for everybody that's taken time to consistently use all the links I put in each video description. If you guys are one of those people that are using those links, you guys are raising this channels on YouTube, so thank you very much, and really appreciate everybody that's been subscribing to the channel lately too. It just means a lot to me and my family there. Okay, one of the reasons I wanted to do this, or the reason I wanted to do this video this morning was over the weekend, man, my inboxes on my social media and on my private messages and all my Instagram messages and all that stuff blew up with people talking about how awesome the NPFL live coverage was. On top of that, I had a bunch of them talking about how the NPFL event at Lake Eufaula, Oklahoma is getting better live numbers than the Bassmaster Elite Series, which I completely believe it. Now, here's the thing about this is really cool. It's like if you look through all the leaderboard and the NPFL or the top finishers at the NPFL that wrapped up yesterday down there, it's back to the way bass fishing meant to be. You look at the top 20. You got like Gerald Swindle, Tommy Biffle, Greg Hackney, Scott Canterbury, Scott Suggs, all these guys that traditionally are just hammers at bass fishing are reemerging because the true talent of bass fishing is rising again. The cream rises to the top when you take that technology away from it. Here's the bottom line with this, why I completely believe why they're getting better ratings and better numbers in Bassmaster, even though their venue is a lot smaller, but it's growing rapidly. Guys, the bottom line, nobody wants to watch that live scope bullshit. And excuse my French, guys, but it is bullshit. Nobody wants to watch it. Nobody wants to watch a split screen seeing four dudes with their heads glued to a screen saying, there he is, there he is, there he is. Oh, he's getting close to my bait. There he is, there he is. Oh, he's just about going to eat it. Oh, he ate it. I better set the hook because I just saw him eat it on my video game screen. Nobody wants to watch that crap. People want to watch real bass fishing like we saw at the NPFL last week at Lake Eufaula, where there's no live scope, no forward-facing sonar, where you actually have to go out and fish to find the fish and fish to locate the fish, because that showcases true talent. Any sport that you have in this country, traditionally throughout the history of sports, people gravitate to those sports, to watch those sports, because they see an exemplary display of talent. And in bass fishing, that display of talent is manifested in people's ability to break down seasonal patterns and seasonal movements of fish and figure out what the fish are doing by fishing. And then you adapt. Once you do figure out where those fish are at, you try to refine that with lure colors, lure profiles, different retrieve cadences, boat casting angles, all that type of stuff. You're not sitting down there staring at a screen. And I would venture to say that probably 99% of the people that did good at Lake Eufaula down there, they could have probably done just as good with a old school flasher or not even any electronics at all, just by using their instincts and intuition and just fishing. And people respond to that, and you're seeing that. And guys, I want to see NPFL grow to be the number one bass fishing organization in this country, and basically show Bassmaster and MLF, the errors that they made along the way and how they basically undermine their own success. Now, if they think that they can maintain a sponsor stable and TV ratings and viewers with, a small percentage of 20-year-old flat brimmers watching their shows, well, good luck with that, because you're basically denying the reality of the situation. The reality of the situation in the United States, the majority of bass anglers in this country that have the biggest discretionary incomes and, byproducts and all that type of stuff are 40 to 65 years old. And those are the demographics. They do not want to see that crap. They don't want to see forward-facing sonar. They want to see real bass fishing. And there is a denial of the reality, within Bassmaster and some parts of MLF that doesn't exist. And they're seeing it. I mean, you can't deny the reality of the situation when you see the enthusiasm and the passion and the level of excitement that we're seeing with the NPFL, simply because it's going back to the way bass fishing used to be. They're not trying to reinvent the wheel at NPFL. All they're trying to do is take bass fishing back. And I'm not speaking for them. I'm just, as a casual observer, I'm watching this. They've taken bass fishing back to where it needs to be as far as that baseline of competition. And we've talked about this over and over, guys, but we'll continue to talk about it because we're never going to normalize the use of spotlighting for bass on this channel. Nobody is going to. But until that influence of electronic company money gets out of the sport, I don't know if they're ever going to change. I don't know if Bassmaster or MLF is ever going to do the right thing. I mean, they'll placate and they'll try to make some concessions here and there, but I don't ever see it going away as long as the money's there. And it goes back to the whole thing, guys. Money corrupts. It does. Money corrupts politics. We see that big time today. Money corrupts different type of business situations. Money corrupts everything. And there comes a point where you can't do that. I mean, people are smarter than that. People see what the deal is with it. So anyway, guys, I just want to encourage everybody to continue to support NPFL. Let's keep the momentum going there. Put pressure on Bassmaster and MLF. And guys, as soon as Bassmaster and MLF do the right thing, I'll be the first one to acknowledge it. I'll be the first one to pat them on the back. But right now, it's sort of like, it reminds me of a kid displaying some bad behavior. You still love that kid, but you're trying to teach them how to do things right. And that's sort of what we're doing with Bassmaster and MLF right now. They're misbehaving. They're, just whatever they're doing is not working. So support NPFL, guys. Keep watching it and let me know what y'all think about it. We'll talk later.